The low consumption rate for meat among Ugandans is attributed to the deficit in meat production, poor beef quality and lengthy period of raising and feeding cattle to attain the market and the slaughter edge. However, Ugandan urban farmers are facing a number of challenges grazing cattle. This comes with lack of enough room for pastures, limited space for grazing, and continuous cattle epidemic, as Ewan Haji Haruna Sechondwa of Kisasi Central says.
Emmere yazo nzibu nnyo kubanga kati olumu yo buli week nzigulira ebikuta ekamwocha era babireeta nembiwo omwo mu store.
Wafuna omuntu abikunganya abikuguza?
Je bali babikunganya. Babikunganya.
Ukifuna ku sente ngana?
Nkifuna ku 14.
Ekyebikuta nga kijjudde bulungi?
Ejjudde 14. Nengola yensawo 10 nezimalako ewiiki kubanga zibiryako lwaggulu kyaggulo olweggulo lweziri ebikuta ebyo buli nte tugipimirayo kilo nga bweyenkana amaanyi gaayo tugiwa n'erya kubanga emisana tuziwa kuguna omuddo omukalu ate we biremerera ennyo olumu ŋŋendeko abanyolo ku faamu n'engulayo omuddo omulala omuzungu omusibe omukalu n'engulayo ttani nga 2 n'endeeta n'enteeka wano mu store.
Experts say Uganda has 14.2 million cattle, and with these offtake for cattle slaughter purposes is 8%, amounting to 1,136,000 cattle slaughtered a year. An average carcass weight is 185 kilograms, resulting to annual yield of 210,160,000 kilograms of beef.
Obuzibu bwe tusanga bw'abakinjaaji abo banyigiriza owulidde bakati ffe ente eyo nga bw'ogiraba tugipima nga tugipimya ntugenda ogijjanjaba n'ogiraba ng'evuddemu kilo nga 2.5 oba 3 nga tennabaagibwa nga nnamu eri awo naye kaakati ye ate bw'ajja ogigula agigulira mu kilo 12 10 n'asala kaakati awo n'agamba nti nyinza okuwa buli kilo nkuweemu siringi 7.
Beef accounts for 59% of total meat production, as the recommended meat intake is 56 kilograms a year. However, the average meat intake in Uganda is 14 kilograms a year, which is 25% of the recommended. Joram Paul Sonko, Smart 24. Goat's meat is very tasty, healthy, nutritious, and easily digestible, and has a huge demand and value in the local and international market. More than 60% of the red meat that is consumed throughout the world is goat's meat. But however, it takes a number of activities to raise these goats.
Yebbe ya erinnya mere erinnya buli kiseera ey'embuzi bakati nga embuzi nga bw'ozirabye ezento bw'oba toze na 2 sikakuwa kubanga kati bwenkabala ebbanga likamazaawo myezi nga 6 ne dokita ebbanga lyakajja nga abujjanjaba n'emmere gikalidde olina kunsasula nga asasula enkulu 3.25 ebe mmanya nti eweddemu ezadde emirundi 4 sijja gyongeramu sijja giwaliriza manyi tekyalina mangi.
Rearing goats in urban centers is a bit challenging, as there is limited foods, mainly herbs and domestic leftovers, and yet goats should be well fed with calcium and a relatively enough salt. And also, one should take keen on the health of the goats by employing the services of a veterinary doctor, as it's necessary for administering vaccination from time to time to maintain a healthy goat farm.
Ebyobulwadde bw'embuzi zirwala kati egenda erya bweziryalya nezitambulako eri zirina ekyende ekyo kijja nekizingazinga ebintu byebeeridderidde eyinza okulya akasubi ngaako nekazinga muno mu ssebusa nekula nako ng'egenda erya kweyongera nga kweyongera ogenda okulaba nga tekyalya nga bw'ogitwala okugiwa emmere awo ng'eryako katono ng'olubuto otandika okukola ki okubako bwoti nga luvuga nga ffene ayengedde ng'omanya eno yali aki ekiveera kijjudde munda ng'ogisala era ogenda okusala ng'osanga kijjudde.
There is a lot to learn about goat farming, so starting small and improving your goat farming over time will greatly boost your goat farming business.
Engeri yonna oteekwa okuba n'amazzi.
The continent's population of roughly 1.1 billion is expected to double by 2050. More than 80% of that growth.
Bw'oba tolina mazzi tosobola kulunda. Nga tolina mazzi.
Joram Paul Sonko, Smart 24.
The program mainly involves
Branding is a way of identifying your business. It is how your customers recognize and experience your business. A strong brand is more than just a logo. It is reflected in everything from your customer service style, staff uniform, business cards and premises to your marketing materials and advertising. Branding, like any other aspect in line with business, is key when setting up and maintaining a business entity. Amid its prevailing conditions, one should note that a number of marketing strategies should be laid on board to enable brands to maintain in the business world, as Mr. Mbowa Yasin notes.
Marketing strategies as a brand, we need to get one or two things right. You don't do very many. So the first thing as a brand is you decide the audience. So that when you decide the audience, then you derive the different activities you want to do for your consumers, because that will define your core objective you want to achieve at the end of the day. Then secondly is you want to allocate your brand the time it requires for it to grow from the different stages, because time is very key for any brand. You don't expect, like when you give birth to a baby, they don't just start walking the following day. So allow your brand time to grow. So at times business doesn't have time, but you allow the brand to have the time. So target audience, and then of course two is very key when you're developing your brand.
However, the brand also has different maintenance strategies in order to set for a long time.
Do not divert from the core, from preset, your inception point. Don't divert from the core. And then two, your people are very key in terms of handling the brand from production to the last consumer. Lastly is in terms of allocation of resources and support from the organization yourself. Allow yourself to support the product from inception to the last thing. My takeaway from here: don't compromise short-term achievements for long-term objectives for your brand or your organization.
Branding will clearly give identity as well as creating avenues for the business to succeed, and so every business owner should clearly focus on creating a brand that will focus on a long-term goal for the longevity of the business. Smart 24, driving business.